there's some bad games coming up. So enjoy this one tonight. This may be the best one left on the Thursday night schedule for the entire season. So enjoy it, because this is the rematch. This is the game that put the Lions really on the map. They started 1-6 last year. Then they began to win games, and they got to that last game of the regular season with the Packers needing to win to get to the playoffs. The Lions knew they weren't playing for anything by the time the game started because the Seahawks won earlier in the day. And the Lions beat the Packers, a place where they went like 30 years without winning. And they set Aaron Rodgers off a loser in his last game ever at Lambeau Field with the Packers. I mean, that really was amazing, and I think that's one of the reasons the Lions have been catapulted to a team that everyone believes in, and everyone's buying, and everyone's hyping up, because they gave us that moment where they went out there and did what few thought they could do, beat Aaron Rodgers and the Packers with the playoff spot on the line for the Packers and nothing on the line for the Lions.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you said it right. They're 1-6. Green Bay came to town in Detroit. Remember, that was the game Aaron Rodgers threw 3 interceptions. I think, 2 of them were like on the 1-yard line going in. And from that point on, Detroit looked like a different football team. And then, went on to beat the Giants, who were a playoff team up in New York. Went toe-to-toe with the Bills on Thanksgiving Day. That was impressive. Dominated the Jaguars at home 40-14 last year, where they were kind of ascending and rising. And, of course, we saw that they had the Chiefs on the ropes a little in the divisional playoff game. Then they beat your Vikings, right? So they went on some kind of run, let alone like you're talking about the last week of the year in Green Bay, doing that, pulling off the sweep in Green Bay. And I don't know how long that was. I think it might have been 1991 since the last time they had done that. So they gave us reasons to believe in what they were doing and where they were going to be this year. And they've hit the ground running, right, from the first game when we were there on the field. They were impressive. They're impressive looking. They're one of those teams, when you see them on the field right away, you go, there's no team in football that's just going to outclass the Lions or overmatch them. They're big on both sides of the ball, and they've shored up some of the things that, we worried about, and that's what's cool. Dan Campbell's got a cool way about him. We know that. He makes it fun. That offense and Jared Goff are the real deal. And the defense turned the corner, and credit to Aaron Glenn and company, the defensive coordinator there, and they're one of the better defenses in football here through 3 weeks. So, things are on the up and up, and, of course, Green Bay looks damn good too. So I'm excited about tonight, Mike. Like you said, it's a good one, and we don't got a lot of good ones coming up here soon.
Yeah, and both are 2-1. Whoever wins is going to be in sole possession of first place in the NFC North, and it looks like it's coming down to Lions-Packers with both the Vikings and the Bears currently 0-3, but the Vikings have at least been in each of the games they've lost, and they have a chance to turn it around. Here's Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Lions receiver, asked this week, do you think the Packers are extra motivated after the way last season ended, losing to the Lions at home Week 18?
Probably. I know their coach is probably telling them, they didn't like the way the season ended last year, so, it's a division game, so it means that much more. But definitely, if I'm them, and I was still on that team last year, I'm probably, kind of excited to play us again on prime time, like we did the last game of the season. So I know they're going to come out ready, firing. So we gotta be ready too.
That's the right way to look at it. I always hate when it's couched as revenge for the Packers. It's only revenge if somebody from the Lions went over to the sideline and whacked someone with their own helmet. Something beyond the boundaries of what the game is about. One team's trying to win, other team's trying to win. It's not revenge when the team that was trying to win won the game against the other team. It's not revenge. They're just playing again. They play twice a year. There's no revenge to be had here. But this is the Packers, I think, trying to reassert dominance over their own turf, because they did go. It was something like 30 years with the Lions not winning at Lambeau Field. So there's a pride element to it, and this is the key. And Miles Simmons and I talked about this yesterday. This is Jordan Love's opportunity for a coming out party. This is his chance, when everyone is paying attention, to show us what he can do, to silence the haters. He gave me that great line the other day. Who are they to tell me what kind of a player I am? This is his chance to come out and shut up everyone who said, this guy can't play, this guy's going to be a bust. This was a mistake. The Packers blew it. He's never going to be any good. This is his chance in primetime to show everyone he can do what Aaron Rodgers failed to do in Week 18 of 2022. He can beat the Lions at home.
Well, I think that's, where they're motivated. I think that's where this Green Bay team is like, you kind of hit on it. One, everybody anointed the Lions the king of the North. And they're like, wait, what do you we've been the kings forever. We lost one guy. We got a bunch of young guys who've gotten better. So they're looking at it going like, we still feel like we're the kings of the North. I know everybody in the public wants to anoint the Lions, but I'm sure Green Bay feels a little slighted in that conversation. And they're probably like, wait, we're a little bit more than just one guy. Rodgers left, sure, okay. But, they want to show that they got a good, complete football team. And it wasn't all Rodgers. And then they like Jordan Love. And, of course, he's done a lot of good things. Now, tonight would go a long way. You're right, to kind of ease public perception, shut up all the haters, all of that. Through the first 3 weeks, sluggish start, maybe a little against the Bears, comes along at the end of the game, they dominate the Bears. The Falcons game, kind of the opposite. Comes out hot early in the football game. They look good, right, really through 2.5 quarters. And then they cool off and disappear on offense in the fourth quarter and late third quarter against the Atlanta Falcons. It becomes a loss. And then there was last week, home opener, not good on the offensive side of the ball through the first half, really not good through most of the third quarter. And then all of a sudden, fourth quarter, like we talked about on Monday morning, they had to have it. They had 3 possessions left. They had a score on all 3 drives, and he was clutch and made some big plays with his arms and his legs. So he's working his way there. But like you said, not everybody's been able to see that tonight or seen that yet. And tonight they're going to get to see it. And that is what is exciting. And then he's got Aaron Jones. It sounds like he'll be back. And Christian Watson will be back, who's his most explosive receiver. And that's where I'm excited to see the game. It's going to be a lot of fun, And 2, we know Detroit's real, right? And Detroit's defense has changed. Detroit's defense ain't the crapville defense it was last year. So they're better on that side of the ball, too, which makes this an intriguing matchup. Both of these teams got a lot of playoff caliber traits and things about their team to like. And that's what I can get behind for tonight and really enjoying the show.
The Christian Watson hamstring injury, allowing him to play. He's expected to play, officially questionable. He's yet to play at all this year.
Right.
Aaron Jones played week 1, suffered a hamstring injury of his own. He's expected to be back. We see David Bakhtiari out again with that knee injury. There was some question a couple of weeks ago. Is he refusing to play on turf? Look, he's just having an issue with that knee. He got the big contract.
Oh,
I think
man.
It was 2021.
Right.
Huge contract, maybe 2020. Had the knee injury.
It was 2020.
That, has never been the same since then.
It was 2020, right, going into the playoff, where they lost to the Bucs in the NFC Championship game. Remember? He got it right at the end of the year. I think he heard it, in preparation for their divisional playoff game. I believe, right, Mike, if I remember correctly. And
happened in practice.
Yeah, happened in practice, and he's never been the same. This has been the guy that at that time was, it was him and maybe 1 or 2 other guys that you consider the best left tackles at football. He was the best pass-protecting left tackle in football. That was something you felt comfortable about saying. And, yeah, it stinks that they haven't had him, and I feel for him. And it's obviously some issues that have been a long journey here for him to try to get right and get back to the guy he was. And, yeah, that's unfortunate.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.